Hey guys, welcome to The Purpose of Money. Today, I'm so excited to have Katina Burks on the show. She is going to share her story on how she is creating a legacy for her family. Now, let's pop right into this interview. You are listening to the Purpose of Money podcast, a podcast where we talk about ways to build wealth and create more freedom in your life today. I am your host, Katina and I. Hey, Katina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Before we jump into the conversation about how you're creating a legacy, I'd like for you to share a little bit more about yourself with our guests.
All right. I'm Katina. I am from Florida, actually born and raised in Florida. I moved to Maryland 2.5 years ago. December will make 3 years. I came here. When I first got here, I put 8 goals on my refrigerator. And one of those goals was to go to Howard University, the Howard University, HU. In doing so, I am taking up social work. I am getting a master's in social work, the CAP with community organizing and policy and procedures. So I'm excited about that. I have 2 more semesters. After I graduate, my goal, let me go back. Before I graduate, I have already implemented starting 3 different businesses. And the first one is called the Turning Table, and that is going to teach court-mandated classes that's been ordered by a judge, like in domestic violence, anger management, and so forth. The second business will be a group home for teen boys that have emotional and behavioral disorders, and I'm focusing on that age group because of the pipeline to prison. Sometimes behaviors get criminalized versus treated. And the third one is my big baby. It's going to be a transition house, the Woodland House, for returning male citizens back into the community. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm all about, the helping profession and enhancing other people's lives. So
I love that mission and I love your purpose. Yeah. I want to be transparent with everyone though. So you and I met and now we're working together. You're actually one of my clients, correct?
That is correct. And
awesome.
It's a crazy story because I was very interested in the Delta sorority. So I seen an event that they were having, and it was a financial workshop 101. And it was actually last year. And I already kind of had in my mind what I wanted to do with my finances in the future. But when I went to the workshop, you were the presenter and you really capped on it. And I wasn't in a position to get started right away, but I still had in the back of my mind what I wanted to do. So I just held on to your information. And one day I was just laying in the bed and I'm like, God, just give me the resources in the avenue. The very next morning, you sent out an email, like a follow-up from the workshop, just to say, hey, if you're still interested, XYZ. I don't remember what it said in detail. And I was like, you know what, God he read on time. All the time.
All the time. I love that. I didn't even know that. So that's even a new story for me. Thanks for sharing that. So one of the first things that we talked about when we started working on your finances was that you wanted to get life insurance for your sons. Tell me a little bit more about why was that one of your goals and what made you do it now?
I'm getting up there in age. And I'm not always going to be here. So I want to make sure that I teach them and give them the wisdom about finances and how you can draw from certain products to create a revenue for yourself. My mom, when I was growing up, she always had life insurance, always. I'll never forget this stubby old man named Benny. Mr. Benny used to come to the house. He was bald. And he would collect my mom's premium every month. And he came so often and so on the regular, like it was like clockwork. He became family. He was no longer the insurance man. Mama, Mr. Benny at the door. Mr. Benny ended up passing away. So my mom kept up her insurance. We got a new insurance guy, and his name was Trenton. And Trenton was just full of life. So like insurance, always my mom's thing is you got to have life insurance. You got to have life insurance. So for my boys, I know that some of them had life insurance through their job, but that wasn't good enough because that's just like the basic life insurance. And one of the things that I learned from your workshop was when you take out life insurance, you want to take out enough life insurance to cover all of your debt. And that's not what we were taking out life insurance for when my mom was living. It was just enough for burial. And so I just want to make sure that my boys, when and if they have to bury me, they understand, okay, mom has this set in place. I don't have to go through trying to raise money like I did for my mom, because all those years my mom had insurance, the year before she died, she cashed it out. Nobody knew. We didn't find out until she died. So we had to scramble and get donations to actually have her funeral. I don't want to put my sons through that, because death alone is going to bring you a lot of grief. So it's kind of overwhelming to try to bury somebody and still have to come up with funds to do so. And I just want them to build this generational wealth and understand that that's another avenue versus putting in a lot of hard work for a company. So.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you shared that story, because although your mom had the right intentions, it was unfortunate that in the days and last years in which you really needed the money to help provide for her final expenses, she had already cashed it in. So I think it's very important that you're talking to your sons now, you're getting them life insurance, you're explaining to them why. You provided them the greatest gift you could. And some of your sons have children too, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you're providing for them as well.
As a matter of fact, my granddaughter just turned 6 years old yesterday. And she was asking, Grandma, what are you going to get me for my birthday? And I was like, a savings bond. And then I had to think, okay, she's still a kid. She still wants little kid things, but I'm going to add to that and make sure that I leave her something, because in the Bible tells you in Proverbs 13:22, a good man will leave an inheritance for his children. Not just your children, but your children's children. So, nothing that I do now, those 3 businesses, it's not for me. It's not for me at all. It's for my children and my children's children, to set them up, to leave them with something, to let them know that in life, you can never do anything alone. It takes a village and it takes a community. So if I leave them with something, they can help somebody else behind them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a family member or their children, but it's for them to help others. And that's just glorifying God. That's what God wants us to do all together. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. So Katina, I have one more question for you. What are some of the things that you've been able to do since we first started working together?
With my life insurance, you have made me see that you put the wheels in motion, basically, because I was all over the place. I was like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you checked me at the front door. You were like, you're not in a position to do all of that now. And one of the things that I always tell my kids, everything in life has an order. And you kind of like did that without saying it. Listen, let's start with the life insurance, because you can build from the life insurance, because the life insurance that you provided for my sons is not just a death benefit. It's where they could use money for other situations that arise, whether it's buying a house, whether it's paying off school debt. So you set the wheel in motion to get me to my ultimate financial destination. Insurance, stocks, bonds, franchises, businesses, etc. So you basically put me on the right path for everything that is destined for me and my children and my children's children.
Thank you. That's amazing. I had no idea I had that much of an impact, but I'm so glad I did. You've been amazing to work with, and I enjoy getting to know you and your family. And as we build on this relationship, I want to continue to help you build wealth as well. So I just want to thank you for sharing your story. And I want to encourage everyone out there that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. And I want to make sure that you guys get covered. So if you need any help or want to create a legacy for your family through life insurance, please connect with me using the information in the show notes. And don't forget to reach out. I'm here to help. Appreciate it. Thanks, Katina.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Purpose of Money podcast. For more resources and information, check out my website, thepurposeofmoney.com.